There are only 2 Pogo hubs in the whole Philippines,
sir.
and you need to inspect it twice.
Yes.
So paano nangyari itong 1,100 plus human traffic victims nakalampas sa inspectors ninyo? Paano
Kasi-
nangyari? Yung police may nakita, yung CDC may
Yes,
nakita, yung Pagcor na nagbigay ng lisensya walang nakita.
Even before
Bottom
this
line, kasi
happens, sir.
attorney, you can give us 1,000,001 reasons. Bottom line, Pagcor is corrupt. Na-corrupt kayo. Hindi nyo ginagawa yung trabaho ninyo. Pinikit nyo yung mata ninyo. Pagcor is corrupt and not doing its job. That's the bottom line. Pinagloloko nyo kami. It's not gonna work because Pagcor is corrupt.
We will enforce, Mr. Chair.
After nangyari na ito, alam nyo, to be honest about it, this brings international shame to us. Kayo nagbigay ng contract, kayo nag-specify na dapat may government agency, pero hindi niyo ini-enforce. 2019 pa ito eh. Tama?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ba't ninyo ini-enforce?
Actually, sir, we are already following up the implementation
the
of this.
follow-up, obviously the following up is nothing, no? It's ending up nothing. Diba? I mean, it's nothing's happening. Correct? I mean, you've been following up since 2019. It's already 4 years. So it's going nowhere. So wala ba kayong drastic action na gagawin?
Mr. Chair, dito po sa First Orient, mapagbalik ko po, gagawa na po ako ng drastic action para po mapuwersa po natin sila
How
na
many times have
magpasok.
you inspected si Sun Valley and si, what's the name of the other one?
First Orient.
First
Mr.
Orient.
Chair. Mr. Chair, may I refer you to our monitoring teams?
How many times do you inspect that?
We
facility?
inspect it, sir.
Sir, sorry, you are attorney.
I am Brigadier General
I'm sorry, General
Raul
Villanueva.
Villanueva, sir,
Please proceed, sir.
Senior Vice President for Monitoring and for Security and Monitoring Cluster of Pagcor. It's a new officer. We inspect the place twice a week, sir.
Unahin muna natin si First Orient. How many times do you inspect the place?
It's
What is in
included,
your
sir.
rule, in your guidelines? How many times do you have to inspect the place?
We have to inspect it twice a week, sir.
Twice a week.
Because we have very limited personnel. And
Yeah, but you only have 2 Pogo hubs.
yes, sir.
So you don't have to monitor so
Yes.
many things. Sir,
Yes, sir.
only 2 Pogo hubs. So how many times, in your regulation, how many times do you need to inspect? Twice a week.
Twice a week, sir.
So itong si First Orient, since 2019, twice a week nyo dapat ini-inspect.
Yes, sir.
Nasaan na yung mga government offices?
And, sir.
Kung twice a week nyo ini-inspect siya. Alam niyo yung Pagcor, pinagloloko nyo kami, to be honest about it. That's why we're all in this problem. Hindi nyo ginagawa yung trabaho ninyo eh. You said twice a week nyo i-inspect. Pero hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin government offices. Si Sun Valley, how many times did you inspect?
It's the same, sir.
Twice a week nyo in-inspect, pero may 1,100 human traffic victims doon?
Yes, sir.
Anong klaseng inspection ginawa nyo?
Apparently, sir, there was some problem with our monitoring team, sir.
What's the problem with your monitoring?
Medyo, ito din,
Na-corrupt,
kulang din ng ano to, sir, mga...
nabulag sila.
The last time
Nagbingi-bingi
that
nga,
it
nabulag.
was inspected, sir, before the raid, it was last April
But you said
28.
twice a week you need to inspect.
Yes.
There are only 2 Pogo hubs in the whole Philippines, and you need to inspect it twice.
Yes, sir.
So paano nangyari itong 1,100 plus human traffic victims nakalampas sa inspectors ninyo?
Palagay ko, sir, kasi very sophisticated na rin itong mga syndicates ngayon, sir.
Paano magiging sophisticated? The buildings are there, identified ng CDC buildings. Pag pumunta kayo doon, what type of inspection do you do?
Yes,
You're
sir.
Pagcor.
Usually, sir, ang ini-inspect kasi nila, sir, yung dun sa dalawang building lang, sir, one and two. And then, actually, we require them to report their inspection and take some pictures, sir. May mga pictures tayo
Yeah,
dun,
but
sir.
you said, okay, when did itong Sun Valley, when was it accredited
Anong year?
by Pagcor?
2019.
January 15, 2019.
Saka Senator Win, may problem ang monitoring ng Pagcor, may problem ang monitoring ng CDC. So, saan tayo pupulutin? Magiging trafficking haven na lang, no? So, ano
Yes,
na
sir.
po? Senator Win.
January 15, 2019, sir.
January 15, 2019 rin. Twice a week kayo nag-i-inspect.
Yes, sir.
Pero meron 1,160 plus human traffic there. Paano nangyari yon? Can you explain to us paano nangyari yon, Pagcor?
Uh,
And why we should not abolish Pagcor?
Actually, sir, the latest inspection, sir, was April 28. So,
Of?
April 28 of 2023,
Okay.
before the raid, sir.
Oh.
And during the inspection, wala naman sila nakita, sir, na irregularities at that time. So,
Paano
Kasi-
nangyari? Yung police may nakita, yung CDC may
Yes,
nakita, yung Pagcor na nagbigay ng lisensya, walang nakita.
yes, sir.
Obviously, na-corrupt yung mga inspectors nyo.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, kayo hindi nyo rin ginagawa trabaho ninyo because in your regulation, government offices should be there. Kasali ba dyan dapat Bureau of Immigration? Sa required offices?
Actually, sir, upon verification, there's no specified agency, but it should have partner government and law enforcement agencies.
Ano? Can you repeat that?
Partner government and law enforcement
Okay.
agencies.
Is the PNP, attorney answer this, is the PNP a law enforcement agency?
Yes, Mr.
Is the
Chair.
BI a law enforcement
Yes,
agency?
Mr. Chair.
Should they be inside the Pogo Hub?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Andun ba sila?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
Since 2019.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kung nandun ang PNP and BI, will this human trafficking incident happen?
There is a very low possibility that this will happen.
Since you
Mr.
didn't
Chair.
enforce your own regulation, sino ngayon ang may responsibilidad?
Pagcor, Mr. Chair.
So anong dapat gawin namin sa Pagcor because of this?
I think, sir, there should just be, we should be the one to improve our regulations as well as our monitoring. Gaya nga po ng nasabi ng mga kasama natin dito, nung nangyari pong event ito or even before
Bottom
this
line,
happened, sir.
attorney, you can give us 1,001 reasons. Bottom line, Pagcor is corrupt. Na-corrupt kayo. Hindi nyo ginagawa yung trabaho ninyo. Pinikit nyo yung mata ninyo, pinikit nyo yung inspectors, mata ng mga inspectors ninyo, hindi nyo sila pinakomply. Ang tanong, bakit treat them with special, why is it being given a special treatment? 2019, it's already 4 years.
Actually, sir, hindi naman po 2019 nagsimula ang kanilang operations. So,
Whatever,
this
whether
is-
it's 2019, it's 1 year, twice a week kayo nag-i-inspect. Twice a week nyo alam walang law enforcement agencies dyan. Twice a week kayong pumupunta dyan physically. And you tell me you didn't see 1,160 plus different nationalities being trafficked in that area? Ang tanong ko sa inyo, with this incident, is the Pogo Hub still a viable option? Tanong ko sa iyo, attorney.
I think, Mr. Chair, it will only be viable if the government agencies and law enforcement agencies will be there
When Pagcor
inside.
is corrupt, do you still think that the Pogo Hub concept will be effective for the country?
Yes, Mr. Chair, as long as the regulations will be properly
Yeah, but
enforced
yun enforce
inside.
yung regulation eh.
We will enforce, Mr. Chair.
After nangyari na ito, alam nyo, to be honest about it, this brings international shame to us. The Philippines is becoming a scam hub, hindi Pogo Hub, a scam hub. Pogo being used as front for scams. Pogo's being used as front for human trafficking. Because Pagcor is corrupt and not doing its job. That's the bottom line. Pinagloloko nyo kami. Imposible, if twice a week in inspection ninyo, imposible hindi nyo makikita yan. Just put PNP and BI dyan, wala na tayong problema ngayon. Why take 4 years of inaction? That's why I don't believe in this Kahit anong sabihin niyo, if you are corrupt, kahit Pogo Hub pa yan, or whatever concept you want to develop, it's not gonna work because Pagcor is corrupt. Ang nanggaling sa'yo na information, I don't have any previous information. All of that came from you. In twice a week, in regulation, in inspection. It's not, hindi ka manggaling sa akin yan, galing sa inyo lahat yan. In any case, Madam Chair, Pagcor, please submit to us all the documents regarding Pogo Hubs, your regulation, all the inspection reports. Submit to us so we can analyze that. Yeah, Madam Chair, sorry for taking more than 1 minute.
And then I'd like to give a minute also to
Yeah,
Sen.
yeah,
Grace, the
I'll-
author of our other
I
resolution.
understand there's
Thank
a
you,
second
Sen.
hearing.
Kerwin.
No?
There will be a next hearing, yes.
Just submit to us, Pagcor, that policy or regulation on blacklisting. Pag wala, then again, Pagcor is remiss in its job in terms of enforcement. Masyado tayong malambot eh. Human trafficking to eh. Control mo yung premises mo eh. Ikaw may-ari ng kumpanya. Tapos pwede ka pang mag-apply at magnegosyo another service provider or POGO license because walang regulation ang Pagcor to that effect. That's why we're here, because we're addressing crimes related to POGO. Established na yan. I think there's no argument that crimes are related to POGO or POGO generates crimes. That's established already. But our regulation is so weak that people can circumvent it and apply again. No? There's no disincentive for them to perform or act in accordance with the law. That's what I'm driving at. That's why we're asking for those documents, because personally, I'm seeing a lot of gaps. No? And just submit to us all documents related to this case and the regulations related to this case.